All right, welcome everyone. So excited to have you all here and happy Children's Day to all of you. It's always a joy and always a privilege to be able to share space with all of you, especially this group right here. Um, very excited to get started with this space just to learn more about your journeys and also your idea of what Kids Can means and how each of you has embodied that. So to get us started, I just love for each of you to share a little bit about yourself, your name, your grade, which school you're from, and also a little bit about how you have embodied the idea of Kids Can. Yeah, sounds good? Okay, super. Tushar, can I invite you to start us off, please?
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm Tushamil. I'm a grade 11th humanities student from Acharya Tulsi Chhatrapur, New Delhi. I I believe in the idea of CAT scan through my project, Project Akriti, where we work on spreading awareness about Indian classical art forms by going into different classrooms and telling students about Indian classical art forms. Thank you.
Thank you, Tushar. Would you like to tag someone?
I would tag Astha.
Thank you, Tushar. Hello everyone. I am Astha and recently I am pursuing 12th grade from Pune, Arham College. And I'm extremely passionate about teaching, reading books, and exploring new things. So basically, I have initiated a project that is called as Community of Wisdom that aims for it try to ensure that we are implementing leadership skills into kids by instilling constitutional values and 21st century skills. And I personally believe when kids understand, the importance of these four values, and when they understand that they have a leader and they are a student leader, they can create a lot of magic that we don't even imagine. And therefore, I also believe in the in the concept of Kids Can, because they have created a lot of things, and this is how I have also embodied the idea of Kids Can. And I would love to tag Prakash.
Hello, my name is Prakash Chand, a 12th grader from Nanamata Public School in Uttarakhand. I am passionate about filmmaking and writing. I see the impact of Kids Can through following the passion and its use for my project. Uh, I use this passion in my project, which is about documenting the unheard rural stories which have no place in the mainstream world. Yeah, so my passion is filmmaking and writing. I use these to document the stories from rural areas. It's an attempt to uplift and cover those invisible voices which have no space in media and erase from the people's idea. So we document these stories in the form of films, photos, and text, and we work together. Yeah. I would like to tag Kanak.
Thank you, Prakash. Hello everyone. My name is Kanak Kusum, and I'm an 11th grader from Delhi, and currently pursuing science stream. And I believe in Kids Can, the idea of Kids Can, through my project, which is Active Youth, where the vision of our project is the student will develop 21st century skills through experiential learning. They will be emotionally and culturally strong, and they will develop deep awareness of our different aspects of our country. And this project shows the idea of the kids, by the kids, and for the kids. Thank you. Tag Anisha.
Anisha, would you like to share with us?
Hi everyone, this is me Anisha Ansari, a 16-year-old footballer, learner and explorer. I have a strong passion of playing football as it is a game of leadership and teamwork. I embodied the idea of Kids Can through my project Menstruation Matters, where I'm working with children to create menstrual awareness as well as to provide them a safe and comfortable space for communicating.
Thank you, Anisha. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you to all of you as well for sharing a little bit about your projects and your journeys as well. And I know I've had the privilege of working with each of you in some capacity or the other. And I can say that you all truly embody the idea of Kids Can. So again, feel very happy to be sharing this space with you. A question that I'd like to ask the group is, who or what has been your biggest inspiration as you think about your leadership journey? And Prakash, can I invite you to share, please?
Yeah. So, if I'll think, so in my leadership journey, there was no any single person or thing to whom I got inspired and follow him or her to be a leader, but the people who suggested to me the path to create my own meaning of leadership were my teachers, mentors, and even friends. Yeah. So instead of imposing the expectations, they supported me to shape my idea of who I am and what potential I'm possessed with. Yeah. So earlier, there were many personal attractions like having a laptop, traveling out of my village, and going for a tour that made me to lead more and do more to get all these opportunities. But I can't call all these an inspiration that pushed me to do. But actually, these were the people who crafted my leadership journey and helped me to think beyond my own horizon. Yeah. So they helped me to realize that leadership means is not only to solve any problem or issue around you to be a leader, but being honest about our job, whatever role it is, even from small to a big role. Yeah, it also shows your leadership. So this was my whole journey, and uh, there were great role of the people who supported me, and they were the inspirations uh, in my leadership journey. Yeah, so this is my response and thoughts on it.
Thank you, Prakash. Thank you for sharing that. It's truly powerful reflections that you shared there. Anisha, can I invite you to share as well?
Sure. Thank you, Dini. So, my biggest inspiration in my leadership journey has been my educators and my parents too, because at every point of my life, whatever decisions I have took, I had their support and love for me, and that helped me to become a leader as well as a change maker. My educators have been always there for me. They have provided me all the opportunities that I deserve and letting me understand that what I have the potential and the passion to become a change maker and a leader. From starting of my leadership journey till now, they have been supporting me, encouraging me, and providing me all the opportunities that I deserve. My parents, who are always there for me, always understand me, and let me follow my dream to be a resilient and to become a footballer. They have always there been there for me. From there, I have started becoming the better version of myself and evolving daily. For me, a leadership journey is not just a journey, it is a continuous journey that helps you to become a ladder instead of a leader for your teammates as well as for yourself. So, this was my leadership journey, and these were my biggest inspirations in my journey.
Thank you for sharing that, Anisha. It's beautiful reflections. And I especially love the idea of like being a ladder for others, right? Like how we talk about laddership instead of leadership, like being an enabler for others. And I love that you're thinking about being that enabler for others as well, just as others have been for you. And if we had to deep dive into that question a little bit more, right? So you all have mentioned like parents, mentors, a very strong ecosystem of people around you that have been your inspirations, like especially with what Prakash and Anisha shared. And so thinking about this a little bit more, like what have been some of the personal or systemic enablers for you in particular as you've embarked on this leadership journey? Can I invite Astha to start us off on that question, please?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would love to appreciate Prakash and Anisha, for sharing so beautifully and, to appreciate each and everyone, because we also believe whenever we are moving to any path, appreciation is the most important thing. Similarly, I feel into my leadership journey, like there are a lot of people who have helped me. Like personally, whenever I just close my eyes and, see the people around me, I can, name them. Like, there is Konkana Didi, Arshia Didi, Shoheb Bhaiya, Sai Didi, Pooja Didi. And there are so many people I can't even count off. who have always ensured they are helping me through all the possible way they can. And as well as my family who are the most important supporters into my life. But also when I talk about systematic way, so I personally believe first that is extremely supported into my life is I teach, since I am also I teach alumni, like batch of 2022. So I believe I teach have always helped me. I remember when for my project, I need a support and I want to fundraise for the resources to provide to the kids. I remembered I emailed to Robin Bhaiya and he was just over there to help me. He said, okay, whatever help you need, I am there to help you. So they always ensure Robin Bhaiya, Soumya Bhaiya, each and everyone ensure that we are helping them. What I was thinking, like after my 10, I thought maybe I will, get disconnected from the bond that I have because right now I've completed my IT schools and IT is from 8 to 10th only. But later I realized they are, still supporting you through all the way, like through C2C programs and each and every way. And yeah, secondly, I have Teach for India and KER who have always ensured how they are supporting me in my thinking way mostly. For example, they ensure, okay, if this is my potential, how I can use my whole energy and potential in more appropriate way so that I can, get best out of my version. And lastly, it's Pana who have ensured, I remember when I need, resources or spaces for my kids. So Pana organization was always there, to ensure they are, leading me and also ensuring they are giving me feedback each and every time because I believe a mentor is very important for you all. And these all people have ensured they are, playing a role like a backbone into my life.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Astha. Thank you. And such it's been a journey, right? With all of the different didis and bhaiyas that you've mentioned at the organizations too. So lovely to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Kanak, can I invite you to share?
Yeah, sure, thank you. So, some of my enablers during my journey, first of all, my values, like compassion, courage, ownership, and curiosity, which always help me to bring out my potential to do my best when the things go wrong. And my change makers, like my students, whenever I am at the edge of give up, they remind me my commitment towards them and towards the country, and that I remind myself of my goal, and I I continue to focus on my goals. And second is my some of my teachers, like my school teachers and also TFI teachers, who have helped me a lot to help and all have encouraged me a lot during my times and during my bad times. And also my parents, who have encouraged me a lot in my journey. They never stop me from doing anything, and they have always supported me whenever I do something for the society, and they never stop me from the societal barriers. And that's why that who are my leaders.
Thank you, Kanak. Thank you for sharing. And I think what also stood out to me from what you shared is also that sense of grit and perseverance that you worked with, right? And like saying, no, I must do what needs to be done because, and taking responsibility and ownership for the development of the children that you work with. So that's really, truly amazing to hear about. Others, Anisha, Tushar, Prakash, would you also like to share a little bit briefly about like enablers in terms of like systemic enablers or personal enablers? Any other thoughts that you'd like to share?
I would like to talk about the systematic enablers. So this year I was part of Fellows of the Future, and that journey is a systematic enabler for me because that journey provided me the idea to understand how the project going to look like, how can I plan my project, how can I work with different stakeholders, how can I just have an action plan of deciding phases of my project. So yeah, that's one of the enablers.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Tushar. Anisha, you have your hand raised. Would you like to share?
Sure. So some of my systematic enablers were the organization in which I played football just for kicks, and through that I had the platform to showcase my hidden talents and even to identify what are some of the potentials that I have that I can use in the field. So one of the systematic enablers those people who supported me and encouraged me to uh, like not just to play but to take a career in it, so that further I can pursue it more.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Anisha. Anyone else would like to share? Prakash, would you like to share?
Yeah, so I have some thought about that. So personally, I believe that enabling factor for my leadership was the engagement of others in my idea that motivated me every time. Like the feedback after doing something, the view of mentors and teachers on transformation we are getting through doing so, and previous results of leading something really helped me to realize that we are on the right path. This helped to maintain our consistency and try to open this space also for other students with our role also. So yeah, also there are many other factor like we got lot of opportunities to share, present, and even go out of our village to showcase our work. Yeah, through this we got lot of views and lot of new ideas to implement it at our own level. Ultimately, these opportunities of meeting others, sharing others, and learning from others' perspective really help me to visualize the importance of our idea. Yeah, and our role and also our project, which is helping in shaping our professional as well as personal leadership journey. So yeah, this was.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Prakash. Truly wonderful reflections from all of you. Um, and if I had to switch gears a little bit and ask, I mean, when we talk about leadership and when we talk about everything that like each of you has achieved, I think having been part of your journey in some way also, I think I know that it's not always been like rainbows and sunshine, right? Like there have also been like challenges that have come up and barriers that have come up. So I'd like to understand that as well from you. Like what have been some of these barriers that have come up? And can I actually invite Tushar? Would you like to start us off and would you like to share a little bit about the barriers that you've encountered?
Yeah, as you shared in the journey, there won't be sunshines every day. So yeah, I had faced two barriers. The first barrier that I would like to say was the society itself, because being a male classical dancer, I was like being discriminated from my society. They were like, "Don't do this. It's all feminine. Why you are doing this?" So yeah, I felt that, and now I had overcome it a bit, because being not stepping back and not getting back and not getting pulled back and taking it forward and having my project and performing and going to competitions. So yeah, this is one of the challenges that I faced. And the second challenge in my project, when I was going to different classrooms, I felt that some of the students felt like it's too feminine to learn, because I was in some of the classrooms, all boys classrooms. So they were like, "Bhaiya, what are you teaching? This is not for us." And so I felt that challenge and then making that understanding. So yeah, the project focus is to make understanding for the child from the starting, that it's for everyone. It's not like it's feminine. It can be for everyone. So yeah, these are the challenges that I face.
Thank you, Tushar, for sharing so honestly. And it takes a lot of vulnerability also to be able to share the barriers that we face, right? So thank you for doing that. Um, Prakash, would you also like to share a little bit with us about the barriers that you faced?
Yeah, so actually, I was really a kind of a introvert person. So I feared working with the people and being a part of team. I usually lived alone. The challenge to identify my true potential was the fear of the people. What would they say if I'll do this in front of them? How they will react if I'll perform or something in front of do in them. So actually, we all like say that our classroom is the safest space for our voices and for ourselves as a student. But according to my experience, I never believed in that because uh, when we spoke in the classroom, we were already aware of what any particular student will think after listening to our thought, uh, and also because we know each of us. Yeah, so in the classroom, we are always aware that what others think and what a single person think if we are speaking anything. So if we are feel thinking that, and how we can feel so safe in the classroom. So I was really scared of the people, but later when I started to work in an individual role, the demand of others in my work or in my project automatically increased. Yeah, so I talked with some of my friends and we worked together. There were a lot of challenges also, like from the teacher's expectation, and also from the barriers. It could be language barriers, or even uh, the belongingness of our arts in different spaces. Yeah, so this was some barriers which automatically interfere in our work. And also there were a lot of challenges in terms of having the influence of our society, like we are how our behavior will be able to, like other, how other will include our behavior in that team or such kind of things. So this was challenging in our leadership journey. So later when students start to react on our project and even in our journey, we got confidence, and this helped to overcome the challenges. Also the spaces and opportunities we got from the school and also from KER uh, helps to like see ourselves and our role and how important we are. Yeah, so through meeting with others, taking their views, and also this kind of things help to realize that, yeah, we are on good direction with positive impacts. So these things help to to overcome that challenges.
Thank you, Prakash. I like how you sort of flipped the barrier into saying that, no, this is something that can be solved for, and then you ended on that note. So appreciate that too. Wonderful. Thank you. Anisha, Kanak, Astha, do you have anything to add to what Prakash and Tushar shared, just in terms of barriers? That any similarities, any differences? Kanak, you have your hand raised. Would you like to share?
Yeah, sure, Didi, thank you. So, some of the barriers, I think, like to all say that teachers are the enablers of our journey. So, I think that few of of the teachers are not enablers. They like demotivate the children in direct or indirect way. They like some teachers show partiality in the class, and whenever we try to raise something, they put it down. They don't. So I think that like teachers are enabled as well as they are the barriers of our journey, I I don't really exact reason why I do but I think that this need to stop, because the students believe more on their parents and on their teachers. So if teachers are doing these things, so it will affect the child's mind. And uh, and I think, yeah, some of these were enablers too, but this is something which needs to be stopped.
Thank you for sharing, Kanak. So I think all of us come with like a lot of lived experiences also, right? And so many lived personal experiences, and which also influences our journey. And a lot of like what we've experienced sort of translates into the work that we want to do to bring about some change as well, right? So I get that. Thank you for sharing, Kanak. It must have taken a lot of courage also to share that. So thank you. Um, just wanted to quickly also check, Anisha, Astha, you're doing okay? Anisha, I know you lost electricity. Very sorry about that. Astha, all good? Yeah, okay, super. All right, so we'll continue. I think Astha should be able to join back in a second. Right, folks, then I think my next question would be just to build off of what Kanak shared just now, right? Like sometimes adults can come in the way of your journey and come in the way of like you reaching your full potential without like it being intentional, possibly in many cases, right? So what advice do you have for adults? Like what can they do to enable or support the idea that kids can? What would your advice be to them? Astha, can I ask you to start us off on that?
Yes, sure. I feel, am I audible? I personally feel like something we are showing mostly does first of all understand the idea of serial educator background. The reason for this is because once they understand that okay, like even though the like sometimes what happens as a also like when we talk about educators, some educators does not
Sorry,
believe into the
sorry,
capacity.
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm so sorry, but your voice is breaking and it's not clear. Okay, I think Astha will join back in again. But Kanak, would you like to share? And then we can have Astha join back and share.
Okay, so I think yeah, adults are some barriers because as I shared. So I would suggest like don't stop your kid from doing anything. Don't stop your student from doing anything, but just guide them into the right direction. Don't don't become a barrier in front of them, because I think that the thing that kids can do, and the adults will not be like, think that, but the kids have that potential their best. They can identify their problems, and they can find solution for it, but just support them, just put their wings down, just let them fly in the limitless horizon, and explore more and more, learn more and more.
Thank you, Kanak. Sorry, Astha, I had to cut you off there because we weren't able to hear you. But would love for you to share.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's raining here also. So yeah, I like just adding into Kanak's point. What I also believe is like when they understand the importance of kids and educators as partners, and try to ensure they are not doubting the capacity of the student no matter what, like through their assessments or through any kind of thing, and keeping them like only limited to academics and then judging them on the basis of that. But I believe they should let them do what they want. They should give them a kind of freedom where they can actually ensure they're enjoying and doing what they want. And also lastly I would love to add is like when the when the adults ensure that they are believing into a capacity of the students and ensuring that they are not in the starting point of the time only they are judging them, so the kids can automatically create thousands of magic.
Super. Thank you for that, Astha. That's very valuable advice. Thank you. Anisha, I'd like to invite you to share as well.
Yes, Didi. So, according to me, the advice that I have for adults is to don't just like work with for your kids and like plan all things by yourself and then implement it, but start working with your kids so that you can be able to understand their perspective as well. So that when you move to the classroom, you'll have different. You'll be able to understand the perspective that the kids are holding, and then you can provide the opportunities to the students so that they are able to understand and identify their true potential within themselves and what is the passion of their life. So like this was the one of the advice that I wanted to give to adults, is that like start working with your kids so that you can understand them more better.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Anisha, for sharing. That partnership between students and educators is so important, right? So it's like an education for children and with children that we're trying to get to. So lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And folks, finally, my question for you is, according to you, then what is the role that kids can play in building an India that is free of poverty and filled with love? Tushar, can I invite you to share, please?
Yeah, I think the kids can play a massive role in creating an India filled with love and free of poverty. Because in the end, we are the future, and in the end, we have to hold up the society. So I think kids can play a role as change makers, where they can lead up self, lead up the others, lead up India to take forward their ideas to make change. And if in a smaller level they can just start as an eager learner, the learner who is eager to learn about various things, putting forward their idea, and this can enable them to see and evolve their idea throughout, so that in the future we can have a leader build up and making India filled with love and career forward.
Thank you for sharing that, Tushar. Kanak, would you like to share as well?
Yeah, sure, Devi. So I think that kids can do such thing like kids can develop 21st century skills so that they can be compassionate towards each other, and so they can be courageous enough to raise the voice against something wrong, and they can develop a growth mindset in themselves, so because they are the future of our country, they are the future society. So if they have the growth mindset, so that they will be aligned with the time, and that this can make India a better place to live. And yeah, and adding to Tushar points, that yeah, kids can become a change maker, and they can see and eradicate the problems they see around themselves. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Kanak. Thank you. Prakash, Anisha, Astha would invite you to share as well if you'd like to.
Yeah, I want to go. Before sharing this answer, so I would like to share something learning from my teacher. So I usually observe one thing in every classroom when when teacher assigns a task or homework, they say those who will not complete will get this punishment or this punishment and many kind of punishment. So yeah, but what I learned from my teacher is that. Instead of saying such word, we can say if you will do this, you will learn this and get this. Yeah, so this is a kind of like encouraging words that motivate students to do. This is not the case of only classroom, but also the situation of every field. Like every kids has their own inherent qualities which makes them different, and we can't save them, and also we don't have right to do that. Yeah, so I think through this we can support the idea of kids can, and then kid can influence India. Yeah, so I don't know how big a role kid play, but I believe that they play a very important role in shaping the figure of upcoming India. I think kids have a lot of ideas, and if this idea will meet the problems and issues of the country is facing, through this there could be an impact. For me, their role is like a seed. If we will meet the requirement of water, light, and oxygen, it will grow, and it just needs support. It will uh, grow after your support and take shape itself. We just need to meet the requirement. We don't have to arrange the figure of the plant, figure of the thing. Yeah. So if there could be many seeds, there would be many forests and many greenery. So yeah, this greenery could be India, and that's why kids play a very important role in shaping upcoming India. Thank-
That's beautiful. Thank you, Prakash. Anisha, would you also like to share?
Yes, Didi. So adding to everyone's point, like I would like to share that kids play a very important role in building the India that is free of poverty and filled with love. Because I think like when kids helps teach their teachers and their peers to learn and grow together, it helps them to build a community that is that is supportive towards them. And then I think kids should not just focus on academics growth, but as well as on the extracurricular activities, because I think to make a balance between both of them is a very necessary thing that will make them more stronger and help them to learn more. So yeah, and also one thing that whenever like what happens, like we kids do not share what we feel and how, like what we are feeling we are not able to share. So when we get a safe and comfortable space, when people ask us about how are you feeling, what are you doing, so it helps us to share about our feeling, and it makes us feel happy that okay, whatever I'm doing, at least it is contributing something in a change or an impact. So yeah, this was the thing.
Thank you, Anisha. Thanks for sharing that. Right, folks, I think that's that was the last of all my questions. Again, just very happy to share this space with you. But before we close out, I'd love to actually share a very brief video with you. I won't tell you a lot about what it is. I'm just going to share it with you. So if you give me a second, I'll just share my screen and play it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Abdul Rahman. I am studying in 8th standard in Kakaria Public School. I want to become a software developer and I'm learning about coding right now. I have started my own project for that so everyone can learn computer if it is blind or it is normal person.
I'm Muskan Kumari and I'm studying in EY schools. I'm a coach of under 12 kids as well as I'm a coordinator. I want in India to get everyone, each and every girls and boys should get the same equal treatment.
Hi, I'm Raghavendra. I run a small initiative called Paramarsh where through my advices, I try to foster student leadership in my school. I came across this problem in the school that, there is lack of teachers. I mean, there were only 3-4 teachers over 6 classrooms. And those 6 classrooms were filled with 300 students. And then I came up with this idea of I going in the classroom and teaching, and then some of my friends, I asked them if they can also teach.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Light that shine is the light of love, hides the darkness from above, shines on me and shines on you, shows you what the power of love can do.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Tushar, for jumping in with Tech Assist. Always good to have young ones around to help with tech. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, the video, I'm sure you recognized some of your friends in that video, and some of you made an appearance in that video as well. Any closing thoughts that you'd like to share? Thoughts, reflections, insights? Astha, you have your hand raised. Go for it.
Yeah, am I audible this time? Yeah, I feel like when I watched this video and like each and everyone watched a similar pattern that I saw, as I thought, previous also talk, is the freedom that the educator is giving to the kid. So I will like personally relate to one thing, like for example, I remember like whenever we have our board exams, like this is our 12th, and me and Prakash can understand that again we have our board exam. So what I personally feel is like our education system is like sometimes give us very limited time, right? And they put a lot of pressures on us. Like what I believe is like we should let the kids be free, and when they are extremely well prepared, when they feel that okay, now they have actually learn a certain thing, then they can conduct the exam. So what that is happening into like our education system is like we have unit 1, then unit 2, and so on things, and they are putting a lot of pressure on us. So similarly, what I believe is like we should try to ensure we are giving freedom to each and every student. And freedom over here doesn't only means freedom. So for example, you are giving a mic to a student and asking them go on the stage and just speak whatever you want. It does not only freedom means. I personally believe freedom is means where you are letting them think whatever they want, however they want to grow, and like wherever they want to sit. There should not be like even when we are talking about academics, so like, or any kind of learning, it does not only happen in any formal way, like in any kind of informal conversation also you can learn a lot of things that you cannot learn from a particular book or something. So therefore I believe, when you let the kid be free, and when you let them, give a kind of freedom where it does not only talk about voices and all, but a freedom where they can, you know do something what they actually want, like, try to understand, they are getting free from all the pains, they are getting free from all, the feelings whatever they have. This kind of freedom, when an educator, when someone gives to a child, they can, actually come up with their true potential and show, so many of creative things that we can't even think of.
Thank you, Astha. Thank you for sharing those insights with us. Tushar, go for it.
I would like to add to Astha these points. As she shared, freedom is one of the key points to let the kid do what they want. The educator should also provide them guidance, because if the student is getting guided from a person and having them back holded by a person, it feels very much like this kid can do. And if you try to build his or her 8 C's, help them building courage, building compassion to each other, building curiosity to learn things, can make them as better leaders, and not just as leaders, excel at things that whatever they want to do in their lives. And if you just believe in the idea of kids can, then you can put forward that idea to your students when they become elders, and they can put forward that idea to the young ones.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tushar. Very powerful insights again. Thank you. Any closing thoughts, folks? Yes, Prakash.
Yeah, so I have some thoughts about this session. I think the session was really student centric, and while space was going smoothly, and we can also call it a student idea driven space where we feel very like confidence, and we feel very like safe to speak what is our idea. And so what I liked so much that it gave us an opportunity to remind ourselves about our journey, not only our achievements but also the challenges we have faced. So this is what I liked so much, and also it was very reflective for our work, and also as well for as we also got a lot of personal reflections through this. Yeah, so these are my thoughts.
Thank you, Prakash. I'm glad you feel that way. And with that, folks, we'll close this space out. And again, thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. I know you've all got a lot of things going on. But again, truly appreciate you making the time for this. It's always wonderful catching up with you. Thank you all. And on behalf of everyone, myself included at KER, a lot of love, a lot of gratitude, and everyone at TFI also, a lot of love and a lot of gratitude to all of you. And yeah, we'll be in touch and we'll keep these conversations going. So until the next time, it's bye for now. Okay. Thanks, folks.